For me personally, I could say it's the biggest cliche available. I literally started as a newspaper salesman selling newspaper on the streets. So 10 years after that, I was doing various sales jobs, then worked myself up to be a sales manager and then marketing manager, and then worked more than 10 years with Timo and Pip as a sales trainer in Baltic countries. We were training teams and managers and some sort of organizations how to be more effective around sales. So sales management and dealing with day-to-day issues in sales, that also led us to build Pipedrive, because we were deeply in that problem already more than 10 years before we started Pipedrive. Accelerator arrangement pad happened during our second year. We were in Estonia, but we subconsciously felt that even we were global, we still had a lot of customers from Estonia, even though not too many. We felt that there's so much to learn, and we're looking for the good incubators. And then we kind of sensed that the CRM competition is the highest in States, and our experienced competitors are here in California. We somehow felt that maybe it's a great idea to be where the competition is, because this is where it all happens. Also, potential investors were here, potential partners were here, a lot of customers were here. So we were looking at the West Coast. We got accepted to some other incubators as well in other states, but when we found Pipedrive, we felt that their attitude was quite mature, wasn't out of college accelerator that much. Quite many other startups were with business-to-business ideas, and we saw that we're not a beer app, that we wanted to be an incubator with other more serious business ideas, trying to develop their SaaS model. So that's how we, I think 1 or 2 months before that, we established our US entity, because we realized that we probably wouldn't get funded without that. And that also worked out, because right before the engine pad, we got a few angel investors, and also we got investment through the engine pad deal. So we initially moved here because of the engine pad first. I think it's a great scenery. Looking from here is even better, because in Estonia it's easy to whine that we have those regulations and then the government is not doing enough, and then you can whine. It's easy, you can whine in any country probably. But when you relocate yourself here, you start witnessing what's actually on an excellent level in Estonia. For example, in Estonia, using electronic services, signatures or banking or public services, and having according legislation is a norm. You don't, even in Finland, I've said that it's not a discussion topic, internet banking is so normal. But here we still pay with the checks. Can you imagine that? That when you want to wire someone, make a wire, then it's a hassle. It's, you want to wire? Okay. I would say I've grown personally on two levels. First is the obvious level. Everyone says that when you move here, you start thinking differently. So you start thinking more globally, because when there's an idea which is somehow connected to the Google, you can discuss it with a person from Google, etc. So the network is really here, and you see everyone acting out bold, and you feel that you can basically talk to anyone if you really want. It kind of makes you think really big here. But the second thing, for me personally, as Silicon Valley is away from Europe, you can't control all the things in your home office anymore. This is a smaller office, and the bigger office is in Estonia. And they manage the development here. I've been a control freak most of my life. I've been the person who's measuring how much white space we should have next to logo on a business card. I used to do that. But now, as we are 10 hours away from Estonia, that has allowed to grow, that you shouldn't control everything. So it kind of forces you to allow others to step in. We've been subconsciously wishing us to hire people smarter than me. We've been doing that. So we're getting A players only, and A players, they hire next A players. So the culture and level is really high. So I would say that I can really trust management team and the rest of the company. So if we have had this culture that doesn't mean that you're a founder that you can have your say about everything. This is not how you build a company. When hiring, you need to hire a person whose opinion would be important to you. So if someone says, "Me and Urmas, this is a really bad idea, we shouldn't go that," I usually listen to him. Our strength is the same. We have the same strength which we had 5 years ago, and we are refining it. We're building a tool for a salesperson. It might sound like almost nothing, or even what's so special about that? But most of the CRMs were built for data entry. Sales managers were the ones who were demanding it. That this data needs to be visible. I want to see how many proposals did you send out today. So from ground up, bigger CRM systems, and also all of the newer ones, they are made for data entry, keeping a sales manager in mind. So we've been building a tool for salesperson, because we think that there are reasons and ways to make a work of a salesperson easier. For example, if you're a salesperson, you're bombarded with different messages. You're getting phone calls, inbox is full of emails, meetings. It's so easy to lose your focus. You can get disorganized, or sometimes you can just burn out. So this is one of the things you can actually give to a salesperson. You can give him more clarity, and you can help him to organize. So there are really things out there what can make life easier for a salesperson. Before we decided to build our own CRM, we had 3 different CRMs, and the last one was really quite expensive. I think we paid $30,000 or $40,000 for that, for installation. it was meant for sales, by the way. It was not a general CRM. And we realized, while using that, it was a third or fourth month in already, we realized that some people were using it, some were not. I was one of the persons using it randomly. We still had our sales pipeline on a wall with sticky notes. We thought that why we paid $40,000 for a piece of software while we are still using just sticky notes to get the most important information out from that. And we also noticed that our customers were having the same problem. That first time salespeople didn't like to use this software because they were not useful for them. They were good for data entry. So we felt that the sales guy is kind of left out from the whole game, even though the software should be made for them. They're actually left out. I think being focused. It has a lot to do with the thing I just said earlier, that it's when you're a founder of the small startup, it's especially in the beginning, you're focused on so many things. Legal things, maybe some marketing, and product things, then some HR things, all kind of things. And every year, I think our team has been more focused. That everyone knows what is his focus, and choosing best, most necessary steps inside his segment, and then doing them. So for me, personally, I think the lesson is same, is getting more and more focused each year. We don't. I would say that we don't. We just focus. We never. I can't remember if we ever had a feeling of success during that 5 years. I just read from somewhere that for a founder, you constantly worry that I'm failing. What if I'm failing? So we had this feeling all the time, 5 years. So I can't see a chance for us to be too confident. We're having other kind of problems. I think it took us a year before we had our first party in Pipedrive. Because when we got for the first client, we said that's not enough. When we said 10, it was not enough. When we had 50, it's nothing. When 100 would be something. When we had 100, it didn't felt like nothing. We said that we should have 500. And so if we have 500 customers, then this is an inevitable success. When we had 500, it still was like, don't know. So when we had 1,000 customers, then we said, okay, let's have a dinner. So of course, it's a boost of confidence, but right now we're quite focused on the next thing. Yeah. Many ways to answer that question. Perhaps the most relevant one for me would be to describe the Pipedrive's role in business world. Our dream is to see Pipedrive as a household name globally for any business or business team when they think about sales. It's like you should start selling, and then it's like the second idea should be that, okay, now I need Pipedrive. That's a good question. I need to think how to answer that. We never had a corporate culture, like a corporate culture, but we also never had that startup culture. Because from the beginning, we knew that we're not building a startup. I remember we even had some almost debates in the company. What do you mean that we're not a startup? That we're a startup, and we said that no, we're not a startup because we're a company. We were so determined that we're going to change the CRM business globally. So there was a huge amount of determination inside that. So we never had this philosophy of trying, or let's have this cool sort of thing here. But we also want to avoid that kind of corporate BS from the beginning. So I think we're very dynamic, very flexible, very young company. So we have those startup-y things in the atmosphere, and also we are consciously avoiding being big corporation with 100-meter long slideshows for management meetings, etc. So I think we're in a good shape right now. I have been thinking about that, and there are many big names, of course, like Elon Musk. I look up to, and Richard Branson. But if I'm totally honest, what kind of names have been affecting me during last, let's say, 10 years, then there's actually one Finnish name, Jari Sarasvuo. He somehow managed to inspire me already before I started Pipedrive. There are so many things he said which really got under my skin about how businesses should solve problems for other businesses and how to think about sales, business generally, etc. And I know he's going through difficult times right now, so it's no picnic for him too. But still, all the things he said, I would say they apply. Yeah, they also had their own CRM tool, I think. Their path was to sell them one by one for big companies. I think somewhere a few years after that, we also felt Jari inspired us at the day. They also had their training business, and we also said that it's actually that they're right. Software is. We felt that as a trainers too. That software is a lot better way to affect someone's culture, because when a training happens, the trainer works with the team for a couple of days and then he leaves, and then this clarity which was created there, perhaps it just dissolves over the next 2 months, especially if their manager is not paying attention. But software is there for years. So we thought that what if through a software we could change a culture, and then we saw that the Trainers House also had their ambition, and I got inspired by that ambition. So this is the way to go. This is how you should build a training business. Even though we closed down our training business completely, we still started the software business, even though our business model is quite different from what they had. But that I would say that it's hard to say where exactly did we get the idea from to build Pipedrive. That was one of them, and Jari personally inspired me to just think big.